Hey, Ram fans, I have my week 3 Rams straight up picks here for you. Format's a little bit different this week. Going solo, my special assistant Matt cannot join me. We had a bad week last week, as you can see on the screen there. Not a good week. And you know what? It's mostly his fault. It's mostly Matt's fault. But no, I'm just kidding. It was a tough week for us, though, and he has a big weekend ahead of him. Couldn't make it. Hopefully, he'll be back next week. But reviewing last week's picks, went 8-8. So overall, we're 18-13. We did not pick that first Thursday night game. So 18-13 after 2 weeks, not horrible, but hey, just goes to show you how tough these games are to pick. And my record is really hurt over the years by the fact I always pick the Rams. Well, at least last year. Hopefully not so much this year. But if you pick the same team every weekend, you're going to get 5, 6, 7 wrong for sure, right? And possibly more. But there are my correct picks marked in blue there. And hey, let's look at next week. And actually, this week 3, I think, might be a little bit better for us. I was picking the 49ers, obviously, and that game's going on as I record this, and I'm going to get that one right. Colts at Ravens, I think that's a gimme as well. Colts, Anthony Richardson, injury prone. Is that because of his style of play? I'm not sure, but hey, Ravens are going to win that game going away. Titans Browns is a really interesting game. The Titans have always been really good defending the run, number 1 in the league last year. Now they get the Browns, who have a real emotional shock working against them. No Nick Chubb. They signed Kareem Hunt. I still think the Browns are the better team, and they're at home, so I'll go with them. But that's going to be a tough game for both teams. It's going to be maybe not super exciting, but old school football. I think that's how Mike Vrabel's teams play. So I'll go with the Browns, though. Falcons at the Lions. Falcons on the upswing a little bit. The Lions, we were all over them after that win over the Chiefs. And then they let that one get away from them at home against the Seahawks. I don't think they lose 2 in a row at home. And I am going to go with the Lions. Jared Goff over Ritter, the second-year quarterback for the Falcons. Saints at Packers, two teams that are potentially going to be fighting the Rams for a playoff spot, for a wild card spot. That's the way I see it. And who do you root for? Well, Saints are 2-0. They could very easily win that division. Packers 1-1. I'm going to go with the home team again. When in doubt, take the home team. Lambeau's a tough place to play. This year is a good time to play in Green Bay, but I'll take the Packers. Texans at the Jags. Hey, once again, I'm going with the home team. The Houston Texans are going to fall to the Jags. Jags move to 2-1. Broncos at the Dolphins. Hey, the Dolphins are the better team. They're at home. Take the Dolphins. I think this is a fairly straightforward pick. Russell Wilson, is he falling out of favor already with Sean Payton? Hey, us Ram fans saw it coming a couple years ago with Russ Wilson. Russell Wilson is kind of overrated and has been for 2 or 3 years. I mean, he was a great quarterback in his prime. He's not in his prime anymore. His style of play works, but not in a Sean Payton offense, apparently. And I'll go with the Dolphins in that one. Chargers at the Vikings. And, my special assistant who couldn't join us this week was saying that he thinks this could be the most insane, unpredictable, crazy game ever played in the history of the NFL. Two teams that always put on a show, often ends badly for their fans, especially Charger fans. Last year, the Vikings with the Cardiac Kids came back and won a bunch of close games. This year, it's not working for them. They've lost 2 already. Both teams 0-2. The team that goes 0-3 here is in deep doo-doo. I think the Chargers are going to win this one. I don't think Cam Akers is going to make an impact out of the gate. But let's go with the Chargers. Is that my first visiting team I've picked? I think it is. Patriots at the Jets. And, my special assistant chimed in on this one, and he has so much respect for what Bill Belichick can do when defensive scheming, especially against a team like the Jets and Zach Wilson. So another visiting team wins this one. The Patriots knock off the Jets, and the Jets, man, it's so promising a couple weeks ago what their season might look like, and now, man, it's fallen apart. Bills at Commanders, and this could be a really fun game. This might be my game of the week. It's in Washington, so lean the Commanders a little bit for that reason. The Bills are probably the better team overall, and they're a seasoned team that has a lot of just a really strong roster across the board. Wide receivers, defensive players. They got Leonard Floyd now. They got talent all over that roster. And then Washington, I mentioned in my loop around the league a couple of days ago, Sam Howell. He is the real deal. And by the end of this year, Sam Howell is going to have mucho respect across the NFL. You just watch. But we're taking the Bills. Panthers at the Seahawks. Seahawks at home. The Panthers, I don't know why they were getting some love at all. The rookie quarterback, Bryce Young, he's going to be okay eventually. But yeah, take the Seahawks here to move to 2-1. I think we should pull for the Panthers, obviously, but don't think it's going to happen. The Cowboys at the Cardinals, and the Cowboys got that devastating news. Their cornerback out for the year. And, an elite defense takes a ding like that. Not good for their Super Bowl hopes, because the Cowboys are a team that you have to consider to be one of the front runners in the chase for the Super Bowl. But they're gonna take care of business against the Cardinals. Another visiting team suddenly that I'm taking. The next game, Bears at Chiefs. I am not taking the visiting team in this one. The Chiefs will roll in that one. Hopefully they don't take this one too lightly. But Justin Fields, I guess he wants the coaches to get out of his way and let him play ball or something like that. But take the Chiefs there. Steelers at the Raiders, and this is a tough game to pick. Raiders kind of struggling there. Had a tough outing against the Bills. And did you hear Davante Adams? I was unaware of this. Took a shot from Taylor Rapp, our old buddy. And Taylor Rapp was pretty good at delivering hits. And Davante Adams did not speak too kindly about Taylor Rapp, basically insinuating, young man, the reason you're not on the field for more snaps is because you haven't learned how to play the game correctly. Your job is just to fly around and play reckless football and lay questionable hits on people. I'm paraphrasing here. I'm not trying to quote Davante Adams, but I'll have to go back and see that. He was not happy. And but anyways, Taylor Rapp, one of the ex-Rams I have not talked about yet this week, making an impression on Davante Adams, not a good one. But I'm taking the Steelers here. Steelers on the road. There's going to be a lot of Steeler fans there. One of the guys on our podcast network, Steeler Podcaster, he'll be in Las Vegas for that game. And that's the Raiders are going to have the same problem that the Rams have had. The Rams is just a metropolis with thousands of fans for virtually every team in the NFL, well, except for maybe a couple. And they're all, hey, the Steelers come to Los Angeles once every 8 years, right? All the Steeler fans are going to show up. That's just the way it is. Las Vegas, it's a little bit different. I don't know if there's necessarily thousands of Steeler fans living in Las Vegas, but hey, you want to take a road trip in October, September, October, November, out of the East or the North, and go drop in on Las Vegas for a weekend and see your team play the Raiders. It's going to happen, man. It's going to happen a lot. Something the Raiders are going to have to learn to deal with. But taking the Steelers here, going to be a good game, though. This is, one of those games the NFL loves to highlight two somewhat iconic franchises battling it out. Eagles at the Buccaneers. This game may be closer than you think. Eagles not firing on all cylinders. Bucks playing better than everyone expected, but the Bucks really haven't been tested yet. I'm going to take the Eagles here. And Rams at Bengals. By the way, that Eagles-Bucks game is on Monday night, as well as the Rams and Bengals. Who do you think I'm taking in the Rams-Bengals game? Well, if you already listened to my Ram-Eagle preview, you already know the final score. Rams 33, Bengals 17. And this prediction is based on Joe Burrow not playing. If he ends up playing, it'll be much closer. I still think the Rams win, though. Rams are playing really good football. They got a few holes to plug, a couple of little things to work on. But man, this draft they had and last year, guys like Kyron Williams stepping up, Tutu Atwell finally contributing on a regular basis. Fun team to watch, fun team to get around, to get behind. Wait till Cooper Kupp comes back. That's gonna juice things up even more. But I'm taking the Bengals in that one. So we'll see how I did next week. It's got to be better than 8-8. There's a lot of games here. This is Survivor Football Love Fest here. There are just so many games to pick from if you're in a Survivor League and you feel pretty darn safe. And yeah, I'm hoping I get 11 of these correct or so, 11 or 12. That'd be my guess. I'm counting on it. Then we'll bring Matt back next week, and we'll try out. Well, me and him will do another round for week 4 of my Rams Up Straight Up picks. Thanks a lot. Out here.